see if I can. I think I can pin this, right? Oh, there we go. Pin. All right. Today's topic, breath work in the workplace. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Many people find quote-unquote work stressful. Oh, that was quick. What's up, everybody? So if anyone has any questions or if they want to go live talking about breathwork in the workplace, we could definitely tackle that topic. One of the big factors in terms of breath aromatherapy in the workplace. So you guys can get an empty bottle, pour essential oils in there, pour filtered water. You don't want to pour tap water in here at all. And then you want to spray literally all over. Let's say you're working at a cubicle. Spray all over your desk, spray on your laptop, cleanse the area in terms of the energetic presence. Because aromatherapy builds a certain frequency in that sense. Yeah, glad to have you. Yeah, so you want to spray, let's say you're an Uber driver. Instead of spraying incense all over, not incense, but air freshener or whatever it is, spray essential oils all over your car. Shoot, that can be an everyday thing for everyone, actually. Everyone has cars. Most people have cars out here. Spray it around your car. That in itself is a great way to heighten the frequency within the car. If you're an Uber driver, let's say, in that aspect. And definitely spray after anyone, whoever comes into your car afterwards. How can we use in a social setting anxiety? Oh man. Breath work. So you can use mirror breathing. Mirror breathing is one of my favorite things that I started to use. Sage and pine oil. Yeah, that's a good one. Going back to your question, what's your name? Sorry about that. Something psychedelic. Going back to your question, mirror breathing. So in a workplace, in a social environment, what you can start doing is whenever someone's talking, that will be the exhale. And whenever you notice them taking an inhale, that's going to be your inhale. So you're only breathing with the nose, by the way, because at least you're not talking back and forth. Just have them talk, give them time to talk. And if you are feeling anxiety around many people in that aspect, another thing you want to get key on is, again, mirror breathing. So you want to mirror their talking as he exhales, And as soon as they inhale, you want to inhale. Literally go back and forth with them. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as soon as you do that, you can then slow down your breath, and in their subconscious, they'll see that in their subconscious mind, they might start toning it down a bit if they're antsy and they're giving off that vibe. But beyond that, another thing to do within a social environment is accept that I am breathing with everybody. And that's a powerful affirmation in itself, and it's helped when I work with singers, when I work with people with stage fright in that aspect. But beyond that, everyone here is breathing. As soon as you go to a new place, I'm breathing with everybody. Everyone here is breathing. That's a good affirmation to say to yourself. Another thing is gaze at everyone's nose. Don't gaze too much at the eyes. Gaze at their nose and just say that affirmation. I'm breathing. I'm breathing with them. They're breathing with me. And that in itself will help tone it down a bit in terms of your anxiety. Because in terms of your anxiety, you are breathing either in the future or you're trying to catch breaths in the past. And the only breath is now. So that in itself will build awareness in that aspect. Hey, Igor. I went live on Facebook. I didn't get this many reactions. I really need to delete people. Alright, thanks. If you guys want to go live with me, you're more than welcome to. And I hope the music isn't too loud. I am mirror breathing with you and I'm feeling more grounded. Yeah. Many quote unquote people who master the breath, when they're around me, they can tell. What's up, Ellie? So guys, mirror breathing is super powerful whenever you're in a social environment. Just that affirmation of I'm breathing with everyone around me. You're not feeling secluded, because in the anxiety mindset as well, you're in that seclusion. It's like you're suffocating yourself in that aspect. So when you acknowledge that you're sharing the breath with everybody, that is a huge help in itself. Something psychedelic. Hey, Ellie. Thank you for that. I wanted to know. All right. Give it a few. Oh, it's connecting. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hey there.
All right, so I was wondering where I could get essential oils.
Essential oils you can even find in Whole Foods, or you can literally type in Google herbal store near me. I can't see your face, by the way.
Oh, hold up. Let me turn on the light. Oh, it's flipped.
Yeah, where you from? Hey.
I'm from Washington.
Washington, okay. Another thing is, I think you were the one that asked about the social setting.
Yeah.
When you get the essential oil, you can just rub it. If you're one of those empaths that is really aware of energy in that sense, you can get something soothing as, for me personally, let's see what I have. Oh, peppermint oil is really good if you're really anxious. Peppermint oil is good. One second. Myrrh, frankincense, if you can. Myrrh is pretty hard to find, but you can also get them off Amazon, by the way.
So Amazon, and do they sell them at like pharmacies?
Pharmacies, you might get lucky in that aspect, but make sure it's not anything chemical related. There's also on my feed, if you look up Healer's Lineage, he also sells essential oils, so you can also get them from the Instagram community in that sense. And he
Sweet.
has her own shop as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Also,
Yeah. hmm
with like meditation is like sometimes I'm wondering if I'm doing meditation right, and I don't know if I should be focusing on emotion or just mainly the breath, or if like the breath will bring up emotion, and like what I should be aware with.
Hmm. So life itself is a meditation, right?
Yeah.
And the more you acknowledge that, the more you don't feel what many empaths feel in the sense of, how do I describe it? So when you integrate the breath, the more you're aware with the breath. So a simple way to really get a good start, wake up first thing in the morning, inhale, exhale. Inhale, just have that repeating in your mind. Inhale, exhale. That was one of the first lessons I've ever been taught by my Bigo master. Inhales and exhales. Inhales, exhales. Try to do that all throughout the day. Just have that one affirmation. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Another thing is, throughout the day, on the exhales, you want to be squeezing your pelvic floor. That's whatever you use to pee with or go to the bathroom with. Squeeze that only on the exhales. And then when you're inhaling, just let it all go. And you have that affirmation as well. So that's a really good one. And in terms of meditation, the more you're aware of that and the more you do that, the more it starts to build up. I have a saying, like, what you do frequently is your frequency. So forget about time, forget about, oh, I can't sit and meditate for hours and hours. Your whole life is a meditation. How you rebuild your subconscious, that plays into the meditative practice. When you look at the word medai, meditation, medicine, breath is medicine in that sense. And the key thing is to medicate or subside anything that correlates to quote unquote stress. Stress is your number one enemy in that sense. But not enemy, but number one challenge.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, brother. I gotta
And
go. I'm gonna let someone
oh,
else come on. All right.
thank you. Thank you for your
Peace.
time.
Thank you for sharing the breath. All right. Yep, natural food stores. Yep, try to see with your eyes closed. Sure, yes. The eyes can trick us. The breath tools is the air for sure. I had another request on here, but they just disappeared. If anybody wants to go live, you're more than welcome to. Let's see how much time I have left. All right, I got a little bit of time. Let's see if there are any questions on here. They're popping in as well right now. Okay. Keep you updated on how the mirror and breath work goes. No problem. And I'm gonna type in where you can get it also at natural food stores as well. Somebody recommended that. That is another good place to get essential oils. That's a really good spot to get essential oils as well. And they most likely have organic stuff in that sense. Yeah, so mirror breathing, whenever you're that create anxiety in that regard. Another thing you can practice as well is if you know you're going into a social setting and it creates anxiety, spray yourself all over with essential oils. That's what I do, especially when I go out into the matrix in that aspect. And just the aroma coming off of you might calm a person down, and that has a ripple effect throughout the crowd. Forgot I think her name was, who did this? It's really funny. If you guys are familiar with the singer John Nine, she literally sage she put a whole sage on the crowd, and truth be told, she used to have anxiety playing in big crowds like that. So when I work with people who are like motivational speakers or have quote unquote stage fright, that is a big thing I get them into doing, aroma therapy. So going back to the workplace, if you're someone who works indoors, you have some type of office space, get a mini plant. Get a mini plant. Get a mini plant, do a mini breathwork session next to that plant, and you will also build a bond with that plant in itself. And that also builds a nice subconscious reprogramming to the work environment and how you tackle any type of stress. I relate with that. Solitude with the breath. Yeah, I'm also going to be making some tracks for sleep. So we found that, again, I'm going to keep on bringing this up. We found that just you hearing my breath also activates alpha waves, and alpha waves during sleep is really, really healing. And it can get you into a deeper sleep in that aspect. Yes, elemental beings. Yes, they are. You know, people take plants in itself for granted, but if you can, here's a good tip. If you wherever you're living, a nice breathwork practice to do as well is make friends with a tree. And what I mean by that, if you go look up Buddha Boy, and Buddha Boy was another being who sat next to the tree for months. People all over the world. This was a long time ago. I think this is like 2010 maybe. And he sat next to the tree, no food, no water. And what he was doing, really, he was just harmonizing with the tree, his breath. And when a monk came and tried to figure out what he was doing, you know, they had a staring contest, but it was more of an energy contest in that sense. And when the monk started like staring at him, you can literally see Buddha Boy start sweating. And you know what that is, right? There's something called the Heisenberg theory. And the Heisenberg theory is there is literally rays beaming from our eyes. And it has, I really don't want to say gravity, but it has a certain weight to it. And that literally broke his force that he was creating with the tree. He was creating an energy loop, creating a force field. It doesn't even really look like a loop. It may look like on the side. If you guys have seen those Instagram pictures from just going all over, where you're seeing that energy loop with the tree and the person just feeding off the tree. What it really looks like, if you have the eye, it literally looks like a torus field. Like it literally looks like this. It literally looks like a torus field. So let's say this is a tree and this is a person. You see the copper within here? That's a person. And that's literally what's happening with the tree, and you're harmonizing with the tree. So if you can do breath work next to a tree for 30 days straight, that same exact tree, you'll start to be more aware of the natural law that governs all of us. And the trees are really alive. And I think I'll post a video with a guy who trained his plant, and I think it was a couple of years he's been training the plant. And then when he starts cursing, the plant literally starts crying. So plants are very much alive. A Kokomiya in the house. Do I sit base at the tree? Yeah, with your back against the tree. You want to do it that way. Any more questions, guys? I have a good amount of time left. Hang on. And have plants in your bedroom. That's a huge plus, because you're sleeping and you're literally doing unconscious breath work. That's what sleep really is. So if you can have a nice, I noticed it big time. I started putting plants in my bedroom here, and you can see trees, hanging trees all around. I literally live in a forest. That just heightens the energy within the room. You get deeper sleep, and you start building a bond with your plants. Can you recommend breath work that can be done in order to strengthen one's ability to curb the tendency to be reactive? Be reactive. I literally just went over, I don't know if you came in late, but I was talking about mirror breathing. Mirror breathing is one way. And I'll go over mirror breathing again. So mirror breathing, when someone is talking, that's going to be your exhale, and you only want to be breathing with the nose unless it's time for you to talk. And you're going to match the frequency of how long they exhale versus how long they're talking versus how long you're taking that inhale. And whenever you're inhaling, you're going to be inhaling with them, and just harmonize with the breath that way. Miss my plants in the UK so much. Yeah, plants, I don't want to say pets, but they're friends. The plants are friends in that aspect. Hello, Karen. Hello, Donmo. Yeah, so plants, yeah, definitely friends for sure. Another thing I want to get you guys in the habit of doing, whenever you're controlling your breath and you're in a social environment, and this is also a powerful way to get you to see with the naked eye auras. So whenever someone's talking, of course you want to have eye contact from time to time, but you want to be looking in their left eye. And when you look in their left eye, you can tell many things about them in that sense, and it will also help you, quote unquote, see their aura. If you kind of have that gift and you're someone who's watching this right now and really don't know how to get in tune with it, and it comes from time to time, because many people like that do come to me, and I'm very blessed to have interactions with many people in that regard. Look into the person's left eye. So it would literally be your right. Your right when looking into their eye while they're talking. And that's a great way to, slow your breath, of course, slow it down. Deep inhales, deep exhales, gazing into their left eye while they're talking. Whose breathing am I mirroring if it's my own emotions that I'm wanting to overcome? Oh, when feeling triggered. Well, you're talking about a social. I'm going to read that one more time. Whose breathing am I mirroring if it's my own emotions that I want to overcome? Oh, okay. I get you. So, depending on how you're projecting, the projection, overcoming that. A great way to, you don't want to say overcome emotions, you want to say balance emotions. Everyone needs balance in their lives. Emotions will come and go. You don't want to overcome. You're always going to get angry once in a while. I still get angry once in a while. It's very rare though, but it happens. So don't have the mindset of overcoming. Have the mindset of how am I channeling this emotion? So if you are emotionally intelligent, because it really sounds like you are, and that's, not a lot of people are in that aspect. You can, let's say you're angry. Anger is coming up. When you're inhaling, you can say, I'm inhaling communication towards this anger. I'm exhaling communication towards this anger. And then you can literally have a deep dialogue with that aspect in yourself in that phrase. Because when you're inhaling, you're feeling the inhale. It's not like you're lying to yourself, right? So that is a powerful way to have internal dialogue with yourself in that aspect. About the techniques itself, you want to have breath consciousness, and that's what the techniques help you build upon in that aspect. But a great technique, especially when you're angry, and you really want to be squeezing your pelvic floor on the exhale, and you want to be channeling that anger either something towards something into a healing modality rather than a destructive one. Exactly. Emotions can overwhelm when not properly worked through. Yep. Let the questions fly, guys. Bright light around them. I think you're talking about the auras. Yes. If you can see auras, then it would be in that aspect. Everyone's aura is different. The eye gazing technique, by the way, when you're eye gazing and you're slowing down the breath as much as possible, the longer you eye gaze, if you don't already see a person's aura, you'll at least see an outline around them. And that will start to, the deeper you go into your practice and the deeper you go into breath and cleansing the mind and the body at once, the more you'll start to see the colors around a person. And you'll know that the more you can see that, if you can see it already, you should know that it's not always going to be one solid color. There's different colors spiking all at once, depending on the emotion, the mood, the resonance of the environment. Yes, I can see colors around people. So just looking into the left eye to see auras work on ourselves. If look into the mirror, yes. That's also another way to channel your emotions, and you really want to dive deep into yourself, is mirror breathing on yourself. And you get a mirror and you literally stare in the mirror into your left eye. Yes, you can do that. Get a chair, because you want to at least go for an hour. And the hour is when you get the most out of it. Instead of just doing it for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, aim for that 1 hour. And also, the first time you do it, you really want your surroundings to be silent. You really don't want any interruption, especially the first time you do it, because you're going to be opening some walls between you and your emotions, and you want the most zen environment when it comes to that. You really do. I only see white color, maybe more practice with color begin to show. Yeah, so you're going to see that it's going to be like a white outline, or it doesn't even have to be white. It might just be just an interesting, yeah, you could say it's white, but when it starts out, it's a grayish tint. And depending on what the person's wearing too, you just might see the outline of their colors resonate above them, and that is their aura. What should I do? Because my kids never be quiet. You can do it with your kids. That is a nice, beautiful breath work to do. Or if you guys have a couple, if you guys are a couple or you have a partner in any aspect, in any fashion, I'm talking about the whole spectrum in terms of humanity. Eye gazing is a powerful connecting. It's a powerful connecting thing to do with your partner. It's a powerful relationship builder. And if you can do it before bed as a couple, that's a nice meditation before bed. And you grow the more you do it. You know, you're staring into the depths of someone's soul, looking into the left eye. And when it comes to the mirror, when you're looking on yourselves, some of you might start crying, and that is totally natural. And you really want to be in the most zen environment. Thank you very much for this stream. Helped a lot. Yeah, thank you for sharing the breath, psychedelic. Yeah, definitely keep me updated on your experience with eye gazing. And with eye gazing, breathe only with the nose. You know, you want to be bringing the greatest frequency that you can share with a person. Nitric oxide is the only way to be produced only with the nose. That being said, it's amplifying your frequency in terms of the cleansing effect in that aspect. And you just want to be gazing with your partner. Nice. You guys have any more questions, or if someone else wants to go live with me, you're more than welcome to before. I got some time. You almost cried. Yep, that will happen. You're staring into the depth. You're staring into the depth of someone's spirit. Afro yoga. Do you have classes? Yes, I literally have a members group. You can click in the link to join the group in my bio. Hey, Toby. Yeah, our session's going to be fire. Can't wait. Can't wait to share the breath with you. Afro yoga.
Hey,
Hello.
what's going on?
I'm good, and you? Happy to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alicia.
Oh, Devon. Pleasure. So where are you from?
I am in Texas, born in Cali,
Oh, okay.
and traveled all over the world, and Texas is home. What about you?
I'm in Miami right now. I've been cross country in that regard. So Texas, how's the air down there? Is it dry? Which part of Texas are you from?
No, it's humid here in Houston.
Oh, okay, Houston.
So
Okay,
it stays
cool, yeah.
humid, and that's what I love because I have humidity-proof hair.
Ah, so you do yoga, hence your name. Yeah.
I
So how
actually
important?
do with yoga. I train yoga teachers in a 200 hour. I also work with entrepreneurs. So my focus is on the business aspect of yoga because you can learn the yoga teaching, but the way that you're going to get your message out there is by conscious business practices. Like the more that you're able to see what ways to position your business and grow your business, then the more customers you can serve and the better you can make the world.
Beautiful. Yeah, and that's what my philosophy with it with alchemy breathwork itself is. How are you integrating the breath in everyday life? I've worked with uh, uh, offices in that aspect as well in terms of businesses. And did I freeze?
We'll see you. I couldn't hear what you said. Try me again.
Um,
I can hear you now.
you still here?
I'm here. Thumbs up.
All right, cool. Uh,
So tell
yeah,
me more
so I've
about the
worked
breath
with
work.
um, different companies. Oh, the breath alchemy breathwork is about uh, integrating practices with some of Nikola Tesla's teachings and how he viewed the body, and a little bit of pranayama all mixed in one. Hence, alchemy. And someone asked me, "What do you mean by alchemy?" In ancient back in the day, they say turning metal into gold. I believe in turning the breath into gold into everyday life and utilizing it and expanding quote unquote breath consciousness in that aspect.
Ooh, I like that. What ways do you find that most commonly people can apply that?
So in what regard, in what aspect? Because everyone's different.
Like most often, what are some of the areas and the struggles that you see people have, and then what are the solutions that you propose?
Holding the breath throughout the day. Some people say, you know what, I notice I hold my breath a lot throughout the day, and that in itself may create hypoxia and many detrimental side effects in the long term. If you look at deep divers, they hold breath a lot, and in the longer term, it's not that beneficial to the human body at all. So, in terms reprogramming the subconscious not to hold the breath, you want to be more aware of the breath. And one of the ways to be breath is utilizing and amplifying the exhale. The exhales, the more you can strengthen your exhales, the inhibition, and it's not all about air. I believe in quality over quantity, and it's the same. It's the same when you look at hikers. When they go up the mountain, they have less oxygen to use. So it's all about how efficiently you're using the oxygen versus I need more oxygen. You can have all the oxygen you want, but if your body is not utilizing it in the right manner and efficiently, then it's not gonna it's
Mm-mm.
it's not productive. It's not productive at all. So
I never
a
thought about
nice, easy
emphasizing the exhale in order to maximize the breath.
side effects in the long term. If you look at deep divers, they hold breath a lot, and in the longer term, it's not that beneficial to the human body at all. So, in terms uh, reprogramming the subconscious not to hold the breath, you want to be more aware of the breath. And one of the ways to be breath is utilizing and amplifying the exhale. The exhales, the more you can strengthen your exhales, the inhibition, and it's not all about air. You know, I believe in quality over quantity, and it's the same. It's the same when you look at hikers. When they go up the mountain, they have less oxygen to use. So it's all about how efficiently you're using the oxygen versus I need more oxygen. That you can have all the oxygen you want, but if your body is not utilizing it in the right manner and efficiently, then it's not gonna it's not productive. It's not productive at all. So
I never
a
thought about
nice, easy.
emphasizing the exhale in order to maximize the breath. I mean, I've heard of that in yoga. We use it to transition from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. But can you explain, like, how does that benefit the breath?
So with the exhales, when we do alchemy, we squeeze the pelvic floor only on the exhales, and when you're doing that, you're harmonizing your willpower to push out the air, and you're harmonizing with your own will at that point. And when you're squeezing the pelvic floor, you're also squeezing the vagus nerve, which is responsible for the parasympathetic and rest and digest. So when you do that on the exhale, you're literally reprogramming yourself, even when you're not consciously doing it. But that's another way to do it throughout the day. Throughout the day, every exhale, whenever you're aware of the breath, squeeze your pelvic floor on the exhales. And the more you do it, the more you'll realize you'll get a bottom feeling of your lungs. The bottom of the lungs will they will attach more to the neurons, to the vagus nerve of the pelvic floor, and you'll have deeper exhales and deeper exhales and deeper exhales, deeper exhales. And I even did this on a plane where the fumes was smelling in the back of the plane, and everyone was complaining. And I did a little bit of breath work in that aspect, and it really stopped bothering me. And everyone was still complaining. So you're also building up carbon molecules within the body in terms of squeezing the pelvic floor and exhaling, especially only with the nose, by the way.
I like that. Do you also focus on like different styles, like Brahmari, Samvriti, different styles, or is there like a particular methodology that you really like and feel connected to?
Yeah, focus on different styles. So the point of alchemy too is make breathwork fun and not too mundane. And if it's not too mundane and it's a lot of fun to work with, then it's easier to integrate into your quote unquote everyday life. It's not like, oh, I'm stuck to this routine. A lot of people ask me, what kind of breath work do you do every day? Every day it's different. And that in itself is expanding your breath consciousness and not just focusing on one paradigm of the breath, because the breath in itself is consciousness, right? The breath is alive. The breath feeds us in every aspect of our lives, emotionally, physically, however you want to describe it, it's there. So if we can zone in terms of breath consciousness, the more awareness we have in terms of the breath itself and building our bookshelf.
I like that. I like the way you explain that. I want to bring you on for some breath work hours in the training next year.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
That sounds good. Oh, I will definitely keep up with you because, like, you just blew my mind. I learned something new today, and I love it. Do you do yoga besides the
yeah. Yeah, I do yoga from time to time. Yes, I do. I do yoga practically every other day, not every day. Well, breath work in itself is a yoga practice. Breath is the first yoga.
Right.
So to answer
So
your question,
what do we
technically,
do as
yes, I do
humans?
yoga
Yeah, every day, whenever you're
every day.
conscious of it. So
Exactly.
cool. I love that. I'm actually, I love just learn. I'm still excited about learning that. So thank you very much for that nugget of wisdom. How often do you do these lives?
I've been doing it often recently, sporadically, if anything. It's not too often, but whenever I can, I'll do it.
Got a little spontaneity in there.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm definitely gonna have to interview you on my YouTube channel as well. It's called Mastermind Yoga. It's
Yeah,
a new
I'd be
channel we're
happy to.
launching September 15th. We gotta do it. It's gonna be epic. I'm about to hop off. It was so great to connect with you. Thank you for your learning, and I look forward to meeting one day in person. I got people
I'll
out
be
in
definitely
Miami.
traveling a lot more. Oh, okay. We might actually have mutual friends. You never know. You never know. Small
It
world.
is a small. Thank you so much for the lesson, and I'm going to bid you a great rest of your day.
Likewise. So I thank you for sharing the breath. Peace.
Peace.
All right. Let's see how much time we have left. We have a good amount of time. What's up, guys? Let's see. Yeah, you're more than welcome to go live with me. I'm on day 6 of a dry fast. Any tips on breathing exercises during a dry fast? Definitely try to breathing. Well, all the breath work that I do, in terms of alchemy at least, focuses on rest and digest. It's not fight or flight. If you're doing breath work that does fight or flight, it's not. It may have its benefits from time to time in terms of cold therapy or Wim Hof, but when it comes to fasting, it's not really ideal, because when fasting you're also, you're shedding emotion in that aspect as well. But it's pretty good in terms of cold therapy. Yeah, so definitely check out my YouTube channel if you want to do any types of breath work in that aspect. Hello there.
Hi, what's up? What's your name?
Devon, by the way.
I'm Rose. Thanks for letting me come on your live. It's a pleasure
Likewise,
to talk
pleasure
to
to
you.
meet you.
So, I kind of want to ask on the live, what's your experience with doing breath work as you go into lucid dreaming? Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, that's how I got better at lucid dreaming. A nice tip in that aspect. Sleep itself is just unconscious breath work. So a great tip going to bed is have your eyes gazing towards your third eye, towards your cerebral cortex, and that will also help you be more aware of the breath. Going into lucid dreaming, you'll have more control aspect. So lucid dreaming, astral projection, I've gotten better at astral projection because the more you're aware of the breath, the more you're aware of shifting into different paradigms. As long as your body is still and flat, you can easily just have a lot of fun with it.
I love that. I know. I feel like that is the gateway to being more lucid, because I feel like I've come out through the other end where I just wake up in a dream or I fall asleep conscious and then I end up lucid dreaming. But I know that the breath is definitely, oops, sorry. I know the breath is definitely the gateway because that's like where you're putting your brain waves as well, you know?
You know, you're breathing in your dreams if you're aware of it, but you are some, you know, depending on what kind of dream you have, you're breathing in your dreams. You're breathing while you sleep in your dreams. So the breath itself can be like an energy cord in that aspect, the more you're aware of it. So a great tip, going to bed as well, you can say, I'm awake, I'm awake, I'm awake. That's a very familiar one to many people, I'm awake. But you can also say, I am breathing, I am breathing, I am breathing, I am breathing, I am breathing.
I
That
love that.
is, yeah, that is a great affirmation to sleep.
Wow, I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I guess it does kind of keep you awake rather than just like drift off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I just bought an Air Oasis purifier. I'm gonna get a snake plant to like put the oxygen in my room and a humidifier because it's pretty dry where I'm at. And then I want to start doing breath work and exercise. Like then, I mean, it's pretty air quality where I'm at, so it's a great investment because yeah, the breath is definitely everything.
It is. Well, I think the breath, and pleasure to meet
Pleasure to meet you. Blessings, okay, friend? Bye.
you. Peace. Okay. Starting the third eye as you fall asleep, use tensor rings as a pillow. Of course. Your name is Devin? Okay, cool. I think I have 10 more minutes on this live. Oh, wait. Yeah, I have 10 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, let them fly. Pleasure to have all of you here, spending the breath with me. Speaking of sleep, I'm going to be making a sleep soundtrack with subliminal breaths. And it's going to have the Earth's frequency, the Earth's resonance, which is C sharp. So that's going to be in the subliminals as well. And you guys can literally sleep with that. And that will definitely help you with lucid dreaming in that sense. And you can literally use it as an energy cord. Does clenching your toes before bed stimulate the brain as Tesla did? Yes, it does. Clenching your toes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the memories group about that. But that is, that's one of the ways to do it. Yes, clench, clench, clench. Yeah, Zane, remember, remind me to go over that. And, you know, I'll go live in the memories group after this and just talk about it. Any more questions, guys, before I leave? Thank you. Yeah, I'll go live and talk more about that because I barely have any time here. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you all. Oh, we have one more. Have you heard The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. No, I have not heard of. I guess that's a book. I have not heard of it. All right. Peace out, guys. Thank you all for sharing the breath. Until next time, peace. Hey, conscious breathers and infinite beings alike. I'm here with Joe. This is also one of Hobby's clients that he's working with, and me and Hobby, we decided to work together on helping Joe. Joe, you want to share your experience?
Yeah. So I've been working with Hobby for almost a month now, and we're doing breath work to get me off of nicotine and to get me off of using THC. Breath work is very important, and I'm learning the importance of it more and more each day because it helps me work through trauma from my past, and it helps me move it out of my body. This practice here with Devon was eye-opening, and you can say that. It was very eye-opening, and I am at peace right now. I have no sensation or no feeling of wanting nicotine, and I'm going to keep using his practices to carry me forward.
All right. Thank you all for sharing the breath. Peace.